A very good evening, my dear children. I hope you are all safe and sound. Today, we are going to learn about the memory of a computer system. Yes, we shall start the lesson. As you all know, computer is an electronic machine that works on the principle of IPO cycle, that is input, process and output model. So, what is input? Input is nothing but the computer needs certain data to work. So, any data or information we send to the computer is called input. Input is sent to the computer using some input devices. So, next is processing. Processing is a method of taking the input data and changing it into output. So, what we see on the screen is a result of our given data. It is processed by some program so that we can have an output. So, this is called the processing phase. And what is the output? Any information that is sent out from the computer is called output. So, generally, it is the result of processing the input. So, computer works on the principle of input, processing and output. In short, we can say any information sent to the computer for processing is called input, and the act of taking the input data and changing into useful output is called processing, and the processed information sent out by the computer is called output. So, computer works on the principle of IPO cycle. So, we need certain space to store the input data and output data. So, that is the role of memory in our computer. Just like our human brain, computer memory is the storage space in the computer where data is processed and the instructions required for processing are stored. So, we already know that computer stores all the work done on it. All the information stored in the computer memory is made up of chips. Okay, so there are two kinds of memory. First one is primary memory and second one is secondary memory. What are the two kinds of memory? Primary memory and secondary memory. These are the two kinds of memory. In this session, we are going to learn about primary memory. Okay, primary memory is also called as main memory or internal memory. Okay, it is also called as main memory or internal memory. So, what is the other name for primary memory? It is main memory or internal memory. Okay, so primary memory is the part of a computer which stores the data temporarily during execution. So, primary memory stores the data temporarily. Okay, it has a limited capacity and data that is lost when the power is switched off. So this primary memory has a limited capacity to store the data, and when the power is switched off, all the data in the primary memory will be lost. In short, we can say primary memory as volatile memory. So what does the word mean? Volatile mean that is, it requires power to maintain the stored information. If the power supply is lost, so all the data are lost. So, generally, primary memory is volatile in nature. VOLATILE, volatile. So, primary memory is a volatile memory where when the power supply is lost, all the data stored in the primary memory will be lost. Okay. So, primary memory is the main memory of computer system. Accessing data from primary memory is faster because it is an internal memory of the computer. Okay, primary memory is volatile, which means data in primary memory do not exist if not saved when power failure occurs. Okay, primary memory is a semiconductor memory. It is costlier compared to secondary memory, and the capacity of primary memory is very much limited as it is always smaller when compared to secondary memory. Okay children, are you clear? So there are two types of primary memory, that is RAM and ROM. So what does the word RAM and ROM mean? Just RAM is random access memory and ROM is read only memory. RAM is RAM. RAM is random access memory and ROM is read only memory. So, as the name indicates, random access memory, We can store the data and instruction only when the computer is turned on. We can access the information randomly only when the computer is turned on. We can read and write data on the temporary memory. If the power suddenly goes off, all the data stored on it is lost. So, RAM is also known as volatile memory. And the second one is ROM, that is read only memory. So, it also, as the name indicates, we can store the programs and instructions which are required to run the program. So, the program stored on the ROM can only be read. We cannot edit or change anything on the ROM. So, ROM holds the data permanently and you cannot write on ROM. It is a permanent data holder and we cannot edit or write something on ROM. So, the information on ROM does not get wiped out if the computer is turned off. That is, the information that is stored in ROM does not get erased when the power supply is turned off. So, ROM is further classified into three main categories, that is PROM, EPROM, EEPROM. So, the three main categories of ROM are PROM, EPROM and EEPROM. So, PROM means programmable read-only memory. The information recorded in PROM cannot be changed. And EPROM is erasable programmable read-only memory. The memory stored in the EPROM can be erased by exposing it to ultraviolet light. Okay, so erasable programmable read-only memory. That is, the data stored in the EPROM can be erased by exposing it to ultraviolet light. And EEPROM, electrically erasable programmable read-only memory. So, the information that is written on EEPROM can be erased by using electric signals. Okay, so in short, we can say ROM is classified into three different types, that is PROM, EPROM and EEPROM. So, what does PROM mean? PROM means programmable read-only memory. In PROM, we cannot erase any data that are stored in PROM, and in EPROM we can erase the data by using ultraviolet light, and in EEPROM we can erase the information by using electric signals. Okay, so the data stored in PROM, that is the computer manufacturer decide the information of ROM and it is permanently stored at the time of manufacturing, which cannot be overwritten by the user. Okay, so these are the types of primary memory. Okay children, are you clear? So complete the given worksheet and WhatsApp me. Okay, thank you children.